bus, you can visit a suburb where history and modern conveniences blend to create a special place to live and visit. Our destination, Evergreen Park.
It's known for its many evergreen trees and churches, 13 of them in fact, of many denominations. But to more than 20,000 residents, Evergreen Park is simply known as home. Bordered by Chicago on three sides, the people of this 3.5 square mile community like to think of Chicago as its largest suburb, and a great place to discover and explore. Our own exploration of Evergreen Park comes with the guidance of Jolene Churak, a lifelong resident and our tour guide for the day.
So Jolene, what makes Evergreen Park such a great destination?
Oh, where do I begin? I've grown up here. I love this village. I've never left it. One of the reasons I'm still here is I told my husband, I'll go anywhere with you as long as it's evergreen.
If you love to shop, put Evergreen Plaza on your must-see list. Here, it's likely you'll find everything you're looking for.
We've got a Circuit City, we've got a Walgreens, and we've got about 120 specialty stores that include anywhere from children's clothes, women's clothing, sports shops, gift stores, candy stores. So we've got pretty much everything for the customer.
And the plaza brings quite a bit of history to this small southern suburb. Back when it opened in the early 1950s, it was the first shopping mall in the Chicago area. But the history of the town goes even further back. Evergreen Park was incorporated in 1893. At the time, it was a small farming community.
I would call it a middle-class working community. It was founded by Dutch settlers, where they had a lot of truck farms and things of that sort.
The village got its name from Klein Park, originally intended to be the center of town. Today, residents call it Circle Park.
At Circle Park, the original settlers, I believe, constructed that with the idea of having a center of town. And legend has it that when they got to that particular area, they saw a lot of evergreen trees. And they said, I think we're going to call this town Evergreen Park.
Museum, the Bronzeville Children's Museum. It's the only children's museum in the country dedicated to African American history and culture.
We take the whole spirit of Bronzeville, which is the spirit of our ancestors when they first came to Chicago, and they had the I will, I do spirit. And so to us, that I will, I do spirit can follow you into any part of Chicago.
On current exhibit, the story of Dr. George Washington Carver, a famous inventor and scientist who discovered over 300 uses for peanuts.
This is completely interactive, so when they come in, they will be talked to in terms of what Dr. Carver did. We have a computer game that's quite unique, and then we have a simulated laboratory scene in which the children can dress up in lab coats and pretend that they are scientists.
The Bronzeville Children's Museum is located at Evergreen Plaza. If you have a free day, think about visiting Evergreen Park. It's easy to get to on the CTA. Here's how.
We got the 95W9 West 52A South Kedzie, 100 Street, 8787.
So discover Evergreen Park and let the CTA be your guide.
We're on our way back to the Red Line, and to get there, we'll take the 95W West 95th Street bus. Now, if you've never ridden a CTA bus before, you might be surprised at just how easy it is. All it takes is a little basic training.
Sonia Knox recently moved to Chicago from the UK, and she's looking for a new way to get around her new city.
I'm always trying to get to the gym from home, so I tend to either walk, get a taxi, or run there. So when the weather is actually bad, it'd be quite useful to be able to take the bus.
Taking the bus is easy, convenient, and inexpensive. That's why so many Chicagoans do it every day.
The CTA's bus system is very extensive, more extensive than our L system, which we're more famous for. We carry about 1.5 million people every day. 1 million of those people are riding our buses. The bus system is laid out on a grid network, so everybody is within 4 to 5 blocks of a bus stop.
If you're a new resident like Sonia, or just new to the CTA, there are a few things you should know about catching a CTA bus. First, familiarize yourself with your nearest bus stop and the routes near your home. Once you determine that, help is just a click or a phone call away.
Hi, yes, I'd like to be able to take a bus. I'm in the 1300s at North Dearborn, and I'd like to go to 350 East Grand Avenue.
By calling 1-888-YOUR-CTA, customers like Sonia can get help mapping their route.
Okay, yep, I see where you're going. Okay, I'll give that a try.
First-time users will also find all the necessary tools for riding CTA buses on the CTA's website, transitchicago.com. The site features fare information, service hours, system maps, plus a detailed trip planner that will map your destination for you, door to door. You've mapped out your trip. Now what's next?
When you're standing at the bus stop and your bus does approach, make sure to look at the destination sign to make sure it's the bus that you want. Once the bus pulls up, go ahead and board the bus, pay your fare, then as much as possible move to the rear of the bus and grab a seat.
On her first journey, Sonia paid with cash, but there are more convenient ways to pay using fare cards. The Chicago Card and the Chicago Card Plus are the size of a credit card, and with them, customers can simply touch and go. There's a $5 fee to purchase one. You can buy them online at www.transitchicago.com. By phone at 1-888-YOUR-CTA, by mail, or in person at the CTA's Merchandise Mart offices. And with the Chicago Card Plus, customers using credit cards can manage their accounts online, and your card is automatically replenished, so you never have to worry whether you have enough to ride. There's another simple way to pay, the CTA's Transit Card. They're available at currency exchanges throughout the city, as well as select Jewel Osco, Dominic's, and Cub Food stores. You can also pick one up at vending machines in any CTA rail station, where you can add to and check the value of your transit card. And while you're there, remember to grab a CTA map for your future navigations. Taking CTA buses can be a nice way to familiarize yourself with your city.
If you're walking in a hurry, you tend to only go in one particular direction, whereas taking the bus will take you on different routes that you would not normally consider taking. So I'll get to see more of the city from the vantage point of the bus.
So remember, the next time you need a lift, why not take a CTA bus? Like Sonia, you just might find your travels are made easier using the CTA.
It was pretty easy, convenient, comfortable, and yes, I'd do it again.